And he comes up to me. I'm surprised he even knows my name. Got out of his little car, come over to me and went, "Why are you driving that car?" Like, we've never had a conversation. "What do you mean? You need to get rid of that car. You know you're supporting a racist." And I just thought, you're lecturing me about racism here. Your parents are probably racist. Do you know what I mean?
Grandparents.
You don't even know. Yeah, your grandparents were definitely racist. So what? Why you still talk to your granddad? I should have told it. I should have said that. How you all doing? Welcome back to Where the Keys At podcast. We're in the house again. It's your usual suspects. I'm Eli. Over there, you know his name.
Ashwell.
Ashwell Chuck.
There.
How you doing, Ash?
I'm good, you know. It's good. It's blessed day, innit?
Blessed day. Sun is coming out. It's springtime.
Boy, last week we saw some nice days, innit? Some good days, especially Wednesday, Thursday, wasn't it? Like really good days.
Are they up to your Jamaican standards?
No, of course
17
not,
degrees, boy. That's all right, eh?
What are you talking about, man? We want 20 plus. That's
coming.
what I want. I want to see 20 plus.
It's coming.
I need the sun, man. I need the vitamin D in my skin.
Do you drain out in the winter time?
Yeah, we all do, don't we?
I don't drain out. I still got my blackness here. Like,
Well, I still got mine, but you know what I mean? You still want that power up, innit?
Yeah.
We're Superman, really.
Mm-hmm. I look back on holiday pictures sometimes and think, wow, like my skin turns like, not just darker, it's like a whole new undertone comes out. Yeah, and in the winter, I don't drain out, but I just look a bit sick.
Everyone do.
Yeah.
That's just that everyone's low in the deficiency, isn't it? The vitamin D, and everybody's miserable. Nobody like winter. All
right, so I want to start with TV, where everyone's talking about Adolescence.
Yes.
I was late to the game. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I watched the first 3 episodes. I think I kind of get it. What do you think?
Really good series, to be fair. I enjoyed it. It gives you an insight into the side of what the family goes through. You know, they're not involving their son. Do you know what I mean? For them, in their head, their son is raised right for them. And their son went and done, you know, something that is disgusting, isn't it? At 13.
Did he do it though?
He did it.
Okay. There's so many subliminals in there. Not subliminals, but like separate storylines and messages in there. From only seeing 3 episodes, to me, the biggest thing that jumps out, and it might not have jumped out to everyone, but to me, it was like, if you don't watch out for your kids, if you're not aware of what your kids are doing, if you're not a bit nosy and involved in your kids' business,
You have to be.
then this can happen to you.
Language change.
Yeah.
It's the same as when we was coming up. We knew language changed because we speak a certain ways and we say certain words around our parents. Our parents don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So language changed. These kids are doing the same.
Yeah.
But now they're using, like in that program they showed, they were using emoji and what emoji means. I can remember when his dad, the police officer, and the boy's like, "Come on, dad.
Yeah.
You don't understand what that means."
Yeah.
But what it looks like, because he's basically breaking it down, what it looks like, the boy is getting bullied by her.
Yeah.
You know, so in a sense, he was actually getting bullied, but he went to the extreme of killing her. That's, you know.
I think it's, but to parents, you can't expect adults to be able to keep up with that stuff, surely.
You have to nowadays, man.
What did our parents have to contend with? Nothing, really.
It follows them outside of school.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get bullied in school when we was younger.
Yeah.
And if you see them outside of school, if you live in the same area, then you may get bullied again. But other than that, you have to worry about them from what, 8:39 till 3:30?
Yeah.
You go home.
Yeah.
Now they get...
Stops. Yeah.
It doesn't stop for them.
Nah.
Social media, they post something about this person, this, and then you're going to bite because you're now angry and upset about something. You're like, nah, we can't talk about it.
So at what point do we start blaming... It's a horrible thing, and I'm a parent, but at what point do we start blaming parents when this kind of stuff happens? Because it was based in part on what's been happening in England, right? With like boys that are doing killings and stuff.
Your kid's going to speak different to you and around you to how they speak when they're with their boys. Do you know what I mean? When they're with their boys, the language is different. The energy is different.
Yeah?
Yeah? The hype is different.
Yeah.
You can't take that. No.
But you're saying this is all from online stuff though, yeah? So you can blame the parents through neglect.
But, okay, so what if it's coded? How are you knowing the codes?
Neglect.
But how are you knowing the codes?
Don't matter.
Because you can go to him, all right, say it's an emoji, but they mean certain things. Your son know what they mean. You go, what does this mean? And then he could tell you anything.
Could do.
And then you don't know.
But what if you never asked then?
I'm not saying not ask. I say you should ask, but how do you know what they're saying is true? They could say, oh yeah, they're being nice. They're saying this, and this, and this, and that, in the nice thing. But really and truly, they're saying they're getting bullied.
It's all about, for me, it's all about planting seeds to your kid. Letting your kid know, like, I'm up in your business. You're a kid and you got your life, but I'm always around. Like, I could be around any corner. Like, I could be asking you that question, so you better do the right thing most of the time. Mm-hmm. Like, when you give your kid that much space, as they're kind of showing, and some of these kids are doing, you give your kid that much space to have their own world, and they feel like whatever they do in this box is no one's ever going to check on them. They just push the boundaries more.
What would you advise? Would you advise a parent to remove the phone from the child when they go to sleep?
Oh, to sleep.
So when they go to bed, you remove that phone?
Yeah, I think it's just a debatable one, innit? I can see. Well, actually, no, I can't see an argument not to. When your kid goes to bed, whatever you decide their bedtime
should be switched off.
That's bedtime. You're not telling them that's time in your room with your phone. Like when you were younger, your bedtime meant your telly turned off. Mm-hmm. So surely your bedtime means your phone turns off. And if your kid can't do that, because let's face it, it's hard, isn't it? You've got to have a lot of willpower to turn your phone off. Then you should be taking the phone from them.
Because they could just put their earphones in, watch whatever they want and watch on that.
And they think they're choosing that, and they're not choosing that. Your phone that calls you, doesn't it? Your phone notifies you, it gets you hooked, and you're
not going to miss anything, Yeah,
you can't. FOMO is real, so
you say remove phones.
Yeah, look. Let's not make this the strict Eli house, but yeah, ideally. But I understand, like, if your kid's now 14, 15, and they've already had this their whole life, it's hard for you to now say, "Give me that." Yeah. Because you've built up a culture of you run things here, and I don't think any parent should build a culture of you run things to their kid. There should be a culture of you've got more choice now, and you can start showing some leadership, but never like it's you do you. Like the kids, what are you showing them if you tell them that?
Okay.
But going back to the show, I was really, really impressed with that little boy, man. His acting.
It's the first role as well, isn't it?
That episode 3 where they're doing, he's with the therapist lady. That's the first time they've ever recorded anything. First time he's ever acted that whole episode. 1 hour. He's good, man.
Yeah.
I think the police need to look through his stuff, because I think he's been through this before. It was too real, wasn't it? He's had that experience already. We better follow him.
He's already know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good, I think it's a good show. I like the fact that they show the impact on the family, what they go through after that happens. Do you know what I mean? They moved, they're still getting it. No matter where they go, you can see. And the dad was trying to hold, hold it all together, and then it just break. In the Inferno episode, it just broke.
Have you seen the Captain America movie?
Yes.
What do you think?
I'd give it I would say a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, New World Order, is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's called.
Brave New World. It was called New World Order, but they changed it because they didn't want to get static with certain group of people. You gave it an 8.
8?
What'd you say?
I said to you 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, I was saying that.
But 8. It's not that 8.
Well, Anthony Mackie, who now plays the new Captain America, I've done an interview recently. I have to share it with you on a podcast.
Okay.
And it's good, man. The Pivot podcast. I don't know if you watched Pivot.
Does he speak about this film?
Yeah, he speaks about the film, but he also speaks about parenting, which is quite interesting. So the statement that I've got from it, and that was pulled from it, is he said success is given and not earned. He said, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about my kids, the people that have made it. They were just picked for whatever reason. And he said that's something that's kind of wearing on his mind. And that made me think it's true. And it's interesting that people are starting to say that, because the vibe I always grew up with, even from my parents, was the hardest worker will be the most successful.
It's not necessarily the case.
I don't know if it's ever the case. Do you look around at work and think or any job you've had and think my superiors work harder than me? Because then that's what it would have to be, surely.
I think it's dependent on the position. Yeah, it's more. Me and you can do the same job, yeah, and we could be both good at the job.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not you fit that mold, that character. It's all these other things that play a factor in it.
Yeah.
If you're in that clique.
Yeah.
So if you're in a clique with those guys,
That's
you got
the biggest part sometimes.
Exactly. If your character match their character, you know, if we're both doing our job, but you're more like, I want to get the job done. I'm more focused on, I don't really want to be matey with people. I just want to do my job and do my job to the best ability so I can get promoted. Compared to the other person is more, but get the job done still.
Yeah.
But they're friendly with the others. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that aspect of it. You go further.
Shouldn't we teach that in school? Because we teach hard work, dedication, but we're not teaching interpersonal skills, learning how to
Social skills, yeah.
socialize with people at lunchtime. They're actually the things that get you promoted, because we like working with people we like, first and foremost, isn't it?
But Eli, factor.
Yeah.
You know, kids on lunch break, they're on their phone.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
They're not even having a conversation with each other. Watch this, and they're showing people each other videos, and that's their communication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For them to sit there like we do, and we sometimes sit there and just have a conversation for ages.
Yeah.
Don't even look at your phone until someone, you seen this, and then you go,
bored, innit?
Yeah. But other than that, we sit there and we just talk for time. It makes sense. Do you think?
Yeah. It does. I still want to believe in the grind mentality. Working hard gets you somewhere, but I just don't know if I've seen it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that I've worked my hardest in every situation, but there have been times, like suspended periods of times, where I'm pushing so hard and I'm looking around and I'm not getting where I need to be getting. So then there obviously is something else. But he's saying it's nothing to do with that. He's literally down to who's picking you. I guess he's looking at it from a Hollywood perspective. Well, I guess it's a bit more like that.
Now, in his position, he can push his son forward.
He should do.
Well, of course he will.
If his son wants to work in the industry.
Of course. It's the same as what Denzel probably did for his son.
Yeah. Which brings me on to my boy, LeBron.
Oh, God.
James.
You just don't let this guy go, do you?
What do you think about his situation? Obviously, his son, at the start, when he came in the league, was not ready for the league, yeah? Do you think he made the right move getting his son in the league?
I would have done the same. Tell me a dad that's not going to do that for their son.
There's an argument that he's taken that spot from someone who deserved it, though.
I don't care. Like, you know, my thing is, they're going to get another team. Go play another team.
But anyway, speaking of sons and daughters and children and nepotism and all that, have you seen the pictures of Biggie's daughter that have been going around lately?
No, what they're doing to Biggie's daughter now.
Well, R.I.P. Mrs.
Biggie.
Wallace, she died, yeah?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, R.I.P. to Miss Wallace, yes.
And at the funeral, his daughter, is it Tiana? Apologies, ignored her.
Yeah, the older one, isn't it? The first one.
Yeah, so she was at the funeral.
Nah, you're cold.
Asho!
You're cold, bro.
And one comment that got me is this picture. They said, yeah, she's really living up to the name Biggie Smalls.
Oh.
Big head, small body.
Oh.
And she's got,
shit, she got Biggie's face for real, boy.
Biggie's face and my legs.
Yeah, Biggie's face and definitely Yo Marga legs, yes. Jeez. Blood see. She living up to the name Biggie Smalls. That killed it, yes.
I thought, that's
cold-blooded.
Man. Okay, something I wanted to bring up here, and this is the last thing I want to talk about today. This is something that's really getting me now, yeah, getting to me a little bit. You know I drive a Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Ash, more and more, yeah, people who I thought were cool are saying to me, yo, why are you driving that Tesla? When are you selling your Tesla? What are you doing driving a Tesla? That's racist, driving a Tesla.
What?
And so I'm starting to now get to the point, like, is everyone dumb or something? Does everyone really think a black man's driving a Tesla and supporting what he's saying and think they can walk up to me and tell me something about a choice I've made? Yo, I live every day. You support races. Like, have you thought about your boss or your boss's boss or the person who owns, the product you're wearing right now? Like, we got past that a long time ago because we wouldn't be able to really live in the world if all of our choices had to be made based on people who truly love and support us and want the betterment of our people. Because there's not many billionaires out there that are that way inclined, right?
Yeah.
We're wearing billionaires all day. Yeah. So I started thinking, all right, okay, if we're going to play that game, who else are we going to boycott? So
That list is endless.
the list is endless.
Of course, that list is endless.
Gucci.
Yep.
So Gucci done the blackface thing. I was looking it up. Do you remember when they had done the blackface thing and everyone was like, oh, we've got to boycott them? People still wear it. H&M, when they done the little monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little monkey boy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The person I'm talking about is probably wearing H&M trousers, whatever. Mercedes-Benz, if we're going to talk about cars. Mercedes supported Hitler's regime in the 30s and they built vehicles for the German army and whatever, yeah. They were outwardly supporting him. So go on then, go drive your Mercedes. And if we're going to talk there, the platforms Mercedes
What
on
was they
their
driving?
cars.
What were they driving?
This person, I won't say because then they know who they are. But there's one actual other teacher who I never talked to. This is what really hurt me. In the playground, in the car park. Teacher that I don't talk to on a regular. You know them ones you just go, yo, what's up?
You're right, yeah.
Yeah, and he does what he does in his department. And he comes up to me. I'm surprised he even knows my name. Got out of his little car, come over to me and went, why are you driving that car? Like, we've never had a conversation. What do you mean? You need to get rid of that car. You know you're supporting a racist. And I just thought, you're lecturing me about racism here. Your parents are probably racist. Do you know what I mean?
Grandparents.
You don't even know. Yeah, your grandparents were definitely racist. So what? Why you still talk to your granddad? I should have told you. I should have said that.
No, you shouldn't have.
Anyway, Mercedes.
Yeah.
HSBC.
Bank.
All banks, yeah? So what, you've all got a house, you've all got a mortgage. Yeah,
Most of them's from slave trade.
slave trade. They all supported them people coming out of the slave trade.
Your
They
bank,
all
your money's in that
profited
bank.
off of it.
Yep.
So, it's not realistic to expect people to, A, be interested in the politics and personalities of the people who own the products they buy, but also, B, go back and do the research before they make a purchase. It's hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
So, is that where we are now then? So, based on what you drive, we like you or we don't like you.
Well, if you don't want your Tesla, I'll swap,
You know what I'm
swap.
saying?
Swap
The
for my
BMW
BM.
drivers have got their own rep too.
Well, we can swap, man. You can have my BM. I'll take your Tesla.
Do you know what's killed it though? Is the value of the cars are actually dropping because people are being like, yeah, I'm boycotting. I ain't buying
Keep
it.
dropping then. Keep dropping.
Do you know what I mean?
I might buy me one too.
Do you know what I mean? You would never see me driving a Tesla and think because I drive it, I think the same way as the owner of it. Because
You don't have the same. No.
Let's not play them games because I'll start looking at your shoes. I'll start looking at
You
the
want to go
people
into
you
detail.
surround
We go into
yourself
all
with.
of these. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's stupidness. So
I don't know.
I think we've got an issue with
Content.
outrage culture is a real thing now. I think
That's the
they feel empowered to have a voice about it, and it all to me started with COVID when people felt like, again, someone told me on a WhatsApp group, "Why haven't you had your vaccinations, you idiot?" in front of my colleagues, and I thought, yo, you can't talk to me like. You're talking about actually, let's break it down. You're talking about a medical decision I've made here. But that empowerment of being outraged makes people think they can say what they want. And someone needs to get boxed in their mouth for telling me I shouldn't make any choices I make with my life.
Eli, you don't want to do that to nobody.
Nah, slap, right across your melon. Easy. That was me letting off some steam.
Yeah, I hear it.
Let me drive my car in peace.
Yeah, that's it for us on this beautiful day, I guess. British weather and that. Yeah, we out. Peace.